Hello and welcome to From Kentucky to Tokyo. I apologize. I finally broke my New Year's resolution. I did not, in fact, finish a video last week like I thought I would. I thought that I was going to get to, show a video of the Kawaii Monster Cafe, but I forgot my battery. So I blogged about it, but unfortunately I didn't make a video like I thought I would. So I broke my New Year's resolution. Sorry. But, I mean, now you're going to get 2 this week to make up for the one you lost last week. Yay! My all of beautiful 18 subscribers I have on this channel. Thank you for coming. Speaking of coming and coming out, on May 7th is the Tokyo Rainbow Pride Parade. And if you can see up there, I have the rainbow flying squirrel character from... Yes, that. I went last year, and the year before, and the year before, and the year before, I believe. So I think this is my 4th year that I've been. No, this will be the 5th. Last year was the 4th. Wow, time flies. So, if you are interested at all in showing support for LGBTQ and communities and such in Japan, please come down. It'll be fun. I'll be there. I am actually, already planning that today. So exciting. Anyway. Apologies also for drinking tea. My throat hurts and it's not fun. Let's talk about my coming out story. Let's set the scene. It is 2006. It's not exactly the best time for gay individuals. It's not the best time, though. It's not the worst either. It's kind of okay. I was nervous, though, about telling my mother. She, for the most part, is pretty open-minded, but there will be some things she's not so okay with, so I wasn't really sure which way she was gonna go, when I told her. So I actually, she doesn't know this, but I actually, wrote in my diary, I wrote out scenes, as short stories. I was really worried that she was going to hate me, and even though I was pretty sure she wouldn't, I was like, if I had to think about it, 80% sure she would be fine with it, 20% not sure, and 20% was a little bit too much. I came into the living room, and I sat down beside her, and I am twiddling my thumbs, kind of okay, I can do this, And I looked at the TV, I looked at my mother, looked at the TV, looked at my mother. I could not tell you what was on, it did not matter. And then I turned to her and I go, so, hey... Mom. So you know how I like certain guys, right? Well, I think I like girls too. And just kind of left it at that. I didn't know how she was going to respond, so I was just really nervous. My mother, so she's sitting like this, watching TV. Bored out of her mind. Turns to look at me. Yeah, I kind of figured. That's it. That's the super climactic coming out story. So, yeah, I did not get rejected by my mother at all. She actually really just was kind of like, that's cool. And, yeah. So, I came out bisexual. Although I didn't really have the name for it yet. This is kind of... Yeah, I had a pamphlet that I finally read that had the words in it, but for the most part, I was actually very much not aware that there was a label that I could use. This was, internet in its baby stages. There were some books, not very good books, but there were some books, but my area was conservative and Southern Baptist, and yeah, so it wasn't really the best environment to figure out who I was and what I was. I just knew that I wasn't like other girls, and I knew that I wasn't like other people. I didn't like just one side. I actually liked both, for different various reasons. So, it took a while for me to find that, to be, really happy with the idea of, oh, there's an actual thing that I can be called. For a while, it's just kind of I just like both. And I just let it go at that. I believe, actually, though, a way that I would soften it if I wasn't sure how somebody would respond, as I would say something like, oh, well, of course I like boys because heteronormativity. But then I go, but if I were to fall in love with a girl, I wouldn't fight it. And that'd be like my indirect way of saying, oh yeah, I'm bi. I just don't know how to tell you that because I don't think that you'll react well. So I said that a lot. I said that to a lot of people in high school. So I was wibbly wobbly. I was like in the closet, but not really, but I kind of was. And yeah, so people kind of knew, but it wasn't really seen as a big deal. A lot of people, though, I think the underlying kind of reason was that most of them were like, oh, okay, she's straight, but she kind of has an attraction towards girls. She'll end up marrying a guy. She will date guys, blah, 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 blah. And for the most part, I think it was like kind of true in high school only. I only dated guys in high school because did I mention Southern Baptist? Did I mention conservative? Did I mention Kentucky? Paducah? Yeah. I knew that it was possible, and I don't know. I'm like thinking maybe if there was somebody there that I was super attracted to, maybe I would have had like my teenage outing. But unfortunately, there wasn't really anybody at my school I was super attracted to. I liked some girls, but there was nobody I could see myself getting married to eventually. Same with the boys, though, too, because honestly, I grew up with everybody I went to high school with, for the most part. Like, I watched them be kids and blowing spit bubbles, and I don't know. Like, if I hadn't grown up with all of these people, maybe it'd be different. And I don't know, some people are able to, be childhood sweethearts and grow up to be high school sweethearts and then grow up to be married to their best friends and things, which I think is cute, but I'm just not that kind of person, I guess. So I knew that odds are I wouldn't be forever with anybody I dated in high school. So I kind of gave up. Like, senior year, I had dates, but meh. It wasn't much of anything. Then I went to university, and I went to the best university ever, Transylvania University, Lexington, Kentucky. I love you. It was such a good environment for me. Oh, it was so expensive, but it was so good. It was a liberal arts college, and I just blossomed into my bisexual self there. I got to kiss girls for the first time. I got to do handsy stuffs, and yeah, I got to be with boys, of course. I think it was about even. I actually went on dates with 3 boys, and then I, fooled around with some girls. The thing is, though, I didn't really date any girls, even though I had a crush on a girl for, 2 years. I never told her. And, I had another crush junior and senior year, but I also never got the guts to tell her. I don't know. I am strangely scared to, tell girls I like them, even if I know that they're gay or bi. I'm like, so you're cool and I like you. Can we hang? Not a very smooth talker I is. So I dated, I got to know, my label, I guess, or, my subset of the LGBTQIA community. I got to be a part of T-Unity as a founding member, so, the Gay Straight Alliance at my university. I got to be a stagehand for drag shows. Oh my god, I love drag shows. I can't tell you how much I love drag shows. They're so cool. So RuPaul's Drag Race, of course, watch. And etc., etc. I admire transgender people. I really do. Some people I don't get it. Sometimes I hear all this hatred and vitriol just spewed out at transgender people, and I'm like, they're so brave though. They know who they are, and they're fighting any way possible to be who they are. I have to admire that. I can't not see their struggle and not say, oh yes, this is awesome, and this is amazing, and this is empowering. If you know who you are and you are willing to fight for that, how can you not love that? So, yeah, I was a stagehand, though, to get back on track. I was a stagehand on drag shows, so I got to know many kinds of different subsets of that. There's, transgender people who have transitioned physically versus people who haven't, versus people who just really like to be in drag, as a lifestyle choice, but not transgendered, and so on and so forth. It was really eye-opening and really fun to be a part of that community. After university, right after university, I went to Japan, and I kind of had an identity whiplash where I had considered bisexuality to be a part of my identity, as a part of who I am, And then I was told, like, kind of unspoken, but also sometimes spoken, that when you get to Japan, you're gonna have to be repressed, and in some small little ways oppressed. Like micro aggressive. I don't want to use the term microaggression. I feel like that's more of a racism term. But yeah. Yeah. So it can be really difficult living here sometimes. It was difficult, I gotta say, the 3 years I lived in Itako. I didn't have an LGBTQ community, like, at all there. I mean, I was friends with a lesbian who lived near me, and she was awesome, and we sang Nightwish together, and it was, oh, she was such a cool person, and now she's left me and gone to Britain. You know who you are. Anyway, so, but at the same time, it was really tough to, yeah, to just be open and to just, like, admit who I was. By my 3rd year, I kind of told a few people, but I don't think they took me seriously, and I don't think that they understood what I meant. Yeah, it was tough for the first 3 years or so. I did escape a lot in my 3rd year, though, to Tokyo, and part of the reason for that was because I wanted to go to Nichome in Tokyo. Nichome, if you don't know, is the gay district of Tokyo, and, like, the hub of the gay community of Japan, really. And Nichome has so many clubs where I could go to meet girls, or I could meet whoever I wanted to and just be a part of that community. And then Tokyo Pride I'd go down for, and I was dating people mostly in Tokyo. It was just, yeah. So I ended up moving. And the reason I gave, like, everybody back then, and it is true, it's a half-truth, I guess, is that, like, I need to study Japanese. I need to be able to do that, like, in Tokyo, maybe go to a language school or something. And then I also need to, like, have more things to do, because in Itako there wasn't much to do. I ended up, like, leaving it all the time, and that's not good. Like, I should be happy where I am. So that's true. That's all true. I wanted more things to do. But also, there was this kind of underlying unspoken thing that, like, I should never be out. And that if I came out, it wouldn't be considered acceptable or okay. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. So I left. And I eventually did tell people about, like, after I left there and I got a new job, I kind of told the past people, like, hey, yeah, no, I have a girlfriend now. And they were displeased, but you could only tell by their facial expressions they were not interested in hearing about it. But some people were openly okay with it, so that's good to know. Like, a lot of the close people I had in Itako would have been fine with it. But I was right. There were a few people who were not okay about it, and that could have been a problem when I lived there. So, yeah. So, I dated a lot in Tokyo. I've still dated in Tokyo sometimes. The problem is with Tokyo is that it's Tokyo. And by that I mean it's transitory and temporary a lot of the times. Be they expats or Japanese people. So most expats come here and they know that they're only going to stay 2 or 3 years max. So usually when I meet people, I kind of already have under the impression that, oh, okay, well, this is going to end pretty quickly because we don't have a lot of time. And then when I date Japanese, usually Japanese guys, I have not yet dated a Japanese female yet. I've dated, oddly enough, Chinese and Korean, but I have not dated a Japanese woman yet. I'm friends with Japanese ladies, but I'm just not, I don't know. Anyway, so, yeah, when I've dated Japanese men, I've had issues of them not understanding what I mean by bisexual. And sometimes, this is, well, I guess all of 2 times out of the many people I guess not many, but anyway, out of the people that I've dated, a few of them have kind of understood as bisexuality to mean slut. Which, I mean, if you are one, good for you. You do you. But I'm not. I'm not a first date, let's eat and go home and do stuff kind of person. I actually want to get to know somebody before I do all that. So, yeah, that's just who I am. I mean, if you're not like that, kudos to you. You do you. But for me, I know that I'm more of a, like, traditionalist, romantic-ish kind of person. I want to be able to know who this person is. I want to be able to know, do we agree on certain aspects of things and such, and yeah, or disagreements, or I don't know, what will be a problem very soon. I need to know things before I actually just like hop into bed with most people. That's not always the case, but for the most part, I take my time. A lot of the times here, though, because there's such a time crunch to date and see people, nobody wants to take the time to get to know somebody here. And it can be tough in that regard. And then, yeah, I dated women, dated men, but both sides, it just seems like it's kind of tough for me. Now, that being said, that's not like to say that you will experience that. Dating in Japan is fun, and like dating in Tokyo is so fun. There are so many things you can do in Tokyo. It's ridiculous. So many themed cafes, so many like small adventures you can have. Just, it's great. But yeah, when it came time for me to like decide this year, oh, what am I going to have a resolution about? Dating was not one of them. I finally was like, okay, I'm just going to take some time for myself. So, yeah. I used to do Tinder, I used to do OkCupid, and I used to do Her, and all of them apps, but I deleted them all now, and I'm kind of just doing me, because I don't have anything else. I don't know, I've kind of just given up. That being said, though, okay, so, but that being said, there are a lot of good places to go in Nichome to, like, hang out. If you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, and you are okay, so boyfriends, girlfriends. If you want to go hang out, like, Nichome is a good area, Harajuku is a good area, Shibuya is a good area. They have, like, cafes and stuff that are open and welcome to everybody. And specifically, though, gay community people, you can have, like, a cafe or two that's more suited to be friendlier to you. I actually wrote an article about that for Valentine's Day, but I'll go ahead and put it in the link below. And that... Oh, and speaking of, a good resource to finding out events that are, like, gay-friendly in your area, stonewall.org, I believe it is. Facebook page, there's Facebook pages by region. I highly recommend you also follow their Twitter. And anyway, yeah, it's a very good resource for if you are LGBTQAI+ in Japan. You should be on there. Being bisexual, though, like I said, there are a lot of misconceptions about it here. And for the most part, I feel like most people still kind of want me to choose a side, or they want me to, like, bat for one team only when I am dating, and it's not fun in that aspect. That being said, I have a lot of good friends, I have a good community here, now that I live in Tokyo and I can go to that community. It's good. But it can be tough to date with that being your identifier. But, c'est la vie. I'm not actually prioritizing, though, relationships right now, and I don't know, I'm kind of just like, I don't care at the moment. I may care again later, but right now I'm cool with being just me, and I'm awesome, so, that's all for today, I think. I think that's all I'm going to talk about, yeah. I mean, if you want me to talk more about dates and stuff in Japan, I guess I could, and you can put it down in the comments and I'll answer, or I can make a whole other video depending on if I think the question is really interesting. I may make a whole other video about it, which would be kind of fun. Anyway, so this has been from Kentucky Tokyo. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.